Don't.
So before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rekakodash. Double honors to the elders of the apostles, the great millstone, of whom I learned from, and Shalom to the hopeful that taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai, your brother Radah. All this lesson is going to be is GMS, the great millstone. The Hebrew Israelites of GMS are the only group of men I have seen. I'm 54 years old, man. I was a Christian, born and raised in a Christian home. Never understood, never knew anything about prophecy. Why? Because none of the white men that teach Christianity, none of the fucking Oral Roberts, Billy Graham, motherfucking none of them, John Hagee, none of them teach prophecy because they don't know who Yahushua is, because that is the true name of the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus, and the testimony of Yahushua, of the one they call Jesus, is the spirit of prophecy, meaning in order to understand Yahushua, you got to know prophecy. In order to know prophecy, you got to know Yahushua. They're connected. You cannot not know one and not the other. Okay, we're going to get that. We're going to get that precept. It's in Revelations, the testimony. And then we're going to get Isaiah 19. That's all this is going to be about. The testimony of Yahushua, the spirit of prophecy. John, the prophet, the apostle, is on the island of Patmos. He is getting the revelation of Yahushua by Yahushua himself, and the angels talking to him. Revelations 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him because of the weight of what he was seeing was just so staggering that he just responded this way. And the angel, the Alahayim, the power, one of the mighty ones who operates the chariot, the UFO, he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren. See, the angels are related to the Hebrew Israelite men. We're related. And only to the Hebrew Israelite men. No other race. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship power, worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. And what does prophecy say? I will set the Egyptian. I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. And that is talking about America and GMS, the great millstone, Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Ramlam, and all of the other captains and bishops and soldiers in GMS, and everyone who follows this doctrine has been saying this. Isaiah 19, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. The cruel Lord is also, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Talking about America. And I will destroy the counsel thereof. That's their wisdom. And they shall seek to their idols, and to their charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. There goes your Christianity. There goes your witchcraft. There goes your fucking enchantments. All of it's gonna fail. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. And that is what we are seeing with Trump. It's not all Trump by himself. He's taking orders. He's being given instructions by the elite family bankers. This is the direction they are taking America, because America has to collapse, because they are bringing about their technological rulership through the digital all, which is the MOTB, the RFID chip, the so-called the MOTB. Isaiah 19:4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh Tazabawath. All right, so look, this is what's happening, man.
So there are some things happening.
This is what's happening, man. We're going to get into this. We're going to show this. America is about to snap, because now they are killing Edomites. And Edomites see that they're fucking, these are all off of what happened Saturday. Okay? And they're all making excellent points, but this goes back to here. I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. I will set the Edomite against the American against American. Democrat against Republican. White boy against white boy. White people against white people. And why? Because now look. Right there, the guy in the brown. That guy right there is the dude, and he is the subject at hand. He comes supposedly he's a stand up fucking nurse. You know, he's your 6'1", 6'2", kind Edomite. He's a law abiding citizen. He had all the accolades of a fucking, the most coolest type of white male you can be. He doesn't seem to be that, I mean, his image it checks off all the boxes. He's actually going to be trying to help a woman right here, which is what? That goes into your queen of worship, because America pushes hyper-feminism, right? Women first. Here this dude is. He's a stand-up guy. He's a nurse. He's helping women from a bunch of men. He's a fucking licensed carrier, and he gets murdered. Watch. All he's doing is recording. He's got his concealed carry behind him. It's underneath his jacket. You can't see it.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
So he steps in between the ICE dude who just slammed that woman down. He's got his back turned to him. He gets pepper sprayed. He's steady. He's focused on the girl, trying to protect the girl. The guy's still pepper spraying him. And you got to understand, America is looking at this. America is watching this so-called white man, this Edomite man, be a hero and protect a girl from the threat of other men. You got to understand all the different levels of psychology that this is striking in America, right? He still hasn't thrown a punch. He's shielding the woman. He's trying to protect his own eyes while he's shielding this woman. See, he won't let go of the girl. He's trying to protect the girl, and they're pulling him off the woman.
The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
They pull his gun off, and then they shoot him 7-10 times. And everybody is seeing this shit, right? So this feeds this. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my
That nigga dead, bro.
God! Oh my God! Oh my God! The fuck did you just do? The fuck did you just do?
So Esau has always been like this with themselves. The whole way that this nation was established, they are the little horn whose look is more stout, more proud than his fellows. They had to fight the Spanish Indian War, or the French and Indian War, the Spanish War, and the War of Independence. Those are the three horns. Those are the three horns that the little horn plucked up. What does that mean? Those were heads of state. Those were authorities. Those were Edomite authorities that the little horn, which is also an Edomite authority, they went to war and killed them to establish America. America was not established under the lie where they said they were trying to escape for religious freedom. No, they were proud and arrogant, killed off their own people to establish America, and they become an exceedingly great power with slavery and the petrodollar and thieving, going around stealing everything through the fucking skull and crossbones society, the bonesmen, which is symbolic of thief, of being a thief, a pirate at sea. All they've done is broken the treaties with everyone. They're pissing everybody off. They got Canada mad at them right now. They got the EU pissed off at them right now. They got China and Russia teaming up against them right now. And now they're doing this inside of America. They've always fucking been like this. This is why they over-exaggerate black-on-black crime. Black-on-black crime is a reality. It's explained in Deuteronomy 28. It is a relatively new phenomenon. And it would take Jakes in fucking Chicago and California a couple of 100 years to catch up to the fucking amount of white people that white people have killed. Edomites kill themselves, you guys, and you're seeing it right here firsthand.
Somebody call the ambulance. Somebody call the ambulance. Somebody needs to call the ambulance. Somebody call 911. I can't believe they just did that. Holy shit. Holy shit. Just, hey, come on.
And supposedly this lady in pink, because you're going to be able to see her from some other footage across the street. Someone across the street has a camera. All these people end up getting arrested. They have to control the narrative and to accuse and slander. They end up arresting this bitch because she took a video of the situation. Someone's going to mention it later.
Come on. Oh my God, you fucking people, man. You're fucking killing us. Why would you do that? Oh my God, oh my God. I can't believe I'm seeing this. I can't believe I'm seeing this. Oh my God. Come on. Come here, come on. Come here. It is.
The man that was just shot and executed in broad daylight, they are reporting he had a gun. Guess what? We live in America where you can legally have a gun. It is your God-given right, according to the conservatives, to have a gun.
You're going to hear a lot of Edomites point out the hypocrisy against the far, far right, or they call them the 2A crew, the Second Amendment crew, because all the Edomites that are all about the Second Amendment, they're not saying shit. Why? Because it ultimately will go against Trump and so they have to keep their mouths shut, even though this is a white dude who wasn't a leftist. He was a nurse just recording shit. He had he looks like he's a veteran, and he had his fucking legal to carry. So now it's just showing you the hypocrisy of the so-called white men on all sides, you guys. Also, this is what they have been doing to us this whole time. When we are in the right and they kill us, they make us look bad by accusing us, and then everybody would tell us, you should have just complied. There's so much hypocrisy being exposed with this specific race of people. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Everyone actually should have a gun in America, because if not, the government's going to go crazy. Remember when you guys said that? Yesterday and the day before and the day before that, and every single day since the birth of the Constitution, he can have a gun. The government doesn't get to shoot you because you have a gun, because it is legally written into our Constitution.
But they've been shooting Jake for not having guns, and they've been shooting Jake when they do have guns legally. But yet, here you see this so-called white man will get treated just like what they did us.
That you can have a gun. Also, if you watch the video, his hands were empty. He was on the ground. 4 or 5 grown men were on top of him. You guys have compromised so much on the principles that you claim to stand on that you are now in opposition to the Second Amendment. That's what you...
Now, what does that go into? Esau is a liar. 7 abominations are in his heart, right? When he speaks, listen. Everything in the scriptures, and the water for Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash for waking us up. But most of all, the water for Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, raising up the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Because there is no other are in his heart, are in his heart. There is no other Israelite group teaching the 100% truth. The only one who have the standard to the scriptures, the only one who love and keep the word of Yahushai's patience, the only man keeping the word of Yahushai's patience, standing guard for the truth, the 100% truth, are the men of GMS and all those who follow them, you guys. So look at this. When he speaketh fair, let's go back one. Proverbs 26:24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. Verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. This race of people is made perfect in detestable sin. Abominations are worse than sin, bro. They're classified as worse. Okay, 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. And that's what's happening with these people. That is what's happening with these people. Go back. Come on. Go back. Where'd she go? Okay, she's here. Let's just skip her and go to the next
For the
one.
people who care more about their firearms than children, I want you to think clearly about the narrative that you're parroting this morning from Fox News. You are saying that if someone has a legal concealed carry, if someone is lawfully carrying a firearm, that they deserve to be gunned down by our government. That is what you're saying. Let me be so fucking clear. There is nowhere in any footage that...
And so she look how she titled it, To the 2A crowd. The 2A crowd woke up and decided citizens should have the right to 2A, something like that.
we have seen where this man ever brandished his weapon at all. At all. He was a legal observer. You know what his weapon was? His phone. Because they don't like accountability. Why don't they like to be filmed? If their operations are above board, if they're doing everything legally, why do they wear masks, sunglasses? Why do they fucking roll around in tinted windows? Why do they have such a problem with people filming them? But now the narrative is that he was carrying a weapon. And according to investigation, he has a legal concealed carry with no criminal record.
What does the precept say? The liar who speaks hates the listener. Let me see. I'm paraphrasing him. The one who speaks the lie. The one who speaks the lie. Who speaks the lie? Speaks the lie. Hates the hearer. Something like that. Lie hates the hearer. I know I'm butchering it. Let me see what that pulls it up though. Nope. A lying tongue hateth. That's what I was looking for. A lying tongue hateth those that's what I was. Salakia. This was Proverbs 26:28. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. And that's all you see with the rulership of Esau Edom. They're constantly changing the goal. And listen, so are the Edomites on the bottom. They're the same fucking way when they choose to follow, because what does it say? As the judge is, right? As the judge is, so are his officers. So this isn't just going to ICE agents. This goes into so-called Edomites on the bottom, your Joe Six-Pack, when they would tell us, you guys have to comply, you have to work hard, or you just have to listen. They would just automatically, remember when they would just agree, Ecclesiasticus, they would just agree with all the murders that the police were doing to our people that when they were unarmed. It was, you guys aren't complying fast enough. Now, you don't hear that anymore. It's all, why? Because now they're included. Ecclesiasticus 10:2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such as are all that dwell therein. So even the Edomites on the bottom, they're under the same vibration, and what you're seeing is a split, because now you have Edomites pointing out Edomites on the bottom, and you have a section of Edomites on the bottom who are choosing to stay silent because they don't want to condemn Trump. But this shit's all fucked up because now it's Edomites that are fucking dying. Edomites that are so-called, Class A citizens, right? So let's keep listening.
So let's do an update for the ICE shooting. I'm seeing a lot of comments by people on the right trying to justify this, saying the guy was armed. So let's just take that where it is. First off, I want to point out there is a lot of video that shows that a agent actually took the guy's gun from him and disarmed him prior to 9 shots being fired point blank into his body and killing him. If the video is telling us the truth, which, okay, but let's put a caveat in there, then you cannot shoot a guy once he's been disarmed if he doesn't pose a threat to you. Now let's assume for a second that there wasn't that video showing him being disarmed, and because you hear it, well, he was carrying a gun. Every state in the union has a concealed carry provision. Every state in the union allows you to carry a gun. In Texas, as an example, you don't even have to have any kind of a license to carry a gun. You just do it if you're 21 years or older. So his mere possession of a gun does not make him a criminal nor give you a right to shoot him at all. Now, if you are getting beat to within an inch of your life and you fear for your life, you are allowed to use that weapon in self-defense in any case. So when you hear people say, well, look, they found a gun on him, that does not give them a right to shoot. They would only be justified in shooting if he drew that gun and pointed it at officers. And then secondarily, let's not even point out the fact that what is ICE doing creating these problems in Minnesota?
So what we see Edomites willing to sacrifice other Edomites for the illusion, right? Because what's the illusion? The illusion that Trump is going to make America white again. That's the illusion. That's the core reason why other Edomites are willing to watch other Edomites die. You have to die. Some of you, we will be willing to watch some of you die for the sake of all the so-called black and brown people to get removed from America. That's fucking crazy, but that's what it is.
Yeah, fucking political. That was murder. An ICU nurse who worked at the VA, who was legally carrying a firearm that was fucking holstered while he was filming, who is now being painted as a domestic terrorist because he took a gun to a protest. But all these 2A motherfuckers a couple years back were screaming Kyle Rittenhouse's name from
2A, Second Amendment.
The goddamn rooftops. Oh, well, that was different. Yeah, you're right. He had a fucking rifle strapped to his chest. The man who was shot and murdered by ICE was concealed carrying a firearm that he was legally allowed to fucking have. I am now seeing reports that it's even possible that they disarmed him by taking his weapon out of his holster that was at his 6 o'clock, and then they mag dumped the fucking guy. So if you are legally carrying a firearm and they take that off of your person and then utilize that as a justification to put rounds in your fucking back while you were laying face down on the pavement, then it was never about following the law. The Second Amendment doesn't matter anymore, and you're fucked. So where's all the don't tread on me, two-way, gun-toting, boot-licking fucktards? Or is it just when it's not on your fucking side? So I'm done playing the middle ground. I'm done making first aid videos that just might help, that can be seen by both sides. So fuck it. Fuck Trump. Fuck ICE. We are not mad enough. Yeah, fuck.
For the people who...
Yeah.
So Kyle Rittenhouse going to a protest with an
Listen to this motherfucker, bro.
AR-15 walking around with it in his hands at a protest is just an American citizen exercising his Second Amendment. A veteran who works at the VA as a nurse, bringing a gun that stayed on his hip to a protest, recording ICE agents, that's a murderable offense to you guys. You guys are fucking disgusting, dude. How do you think like this? How do you exist? How does your brain defend some of the shit that comes out of your fucking mouths? He was a peaceful protester recording ICE agents. They didn't like that. They shoved the woman next to him. He got a little mouthy, which is totally fine. He's allowed to do that. ICE agents decided to push him and take him to the ground. He wasn't resisting arrest. He was resisting illegal detention, first of all. Second of all, he had the gun on his hip inside the holster. Completely legal and fine. Third of all, an agent removed the weapon from his hip seconds before one ICE agent fired a round into him, and then multiple more agents decided to fire like 8 or 9 fucking shots into the guy, his dead body laying on the ground. You're despicable. You're dumb. You're annoying. You are ruining this country. You're turning this into North Korea as we speak and going, ha ha, my guy win. What the fuck is wrong with you MAGAs?
What is happening today is not political. MAGA people out there, Republicans, it's not political. And by the way, before
I just saw a video.
Now, this is the head of state speaking on the shit. Let me see. Was this the one? There's a picture of the guy that got killed. See, he's like a stand-up Edomite dude. I mean, that's how he looks. So he's your textbook,
more than
well-to-do, attractive, law-abiding citizen Edomite. So look, there's him right there. See how he's dressed? I mean, he looks like one of them, right? And they kill his fucking ass. He's like 6'2". He's your standard, bro.
masked agents.
He's got that image, and that motherfucker got plow. He got pew-pewed. So listen to this guy.
Pummeling one of our constituents and shooting him to death. How many more residents, how many more Americans need to die or get badly hurt for this operation to end? How many more lives need to be lost before this administration realizes that a political and partisan narrative is not as important as American values? I'm done being told that our community members are responsible for the vitriol in our streets. I'm done being told that our local elected officials are solely responsible for turning down the temperature. The mass militarized force and unidentified agents who are occupying our streets, that is what weakens our country. That is what erodes trust in both law enforcement and in democracy itself. So to everyone listening, stand with Minneapolis. Stand up for America. Recognize that your children will ask you what side you were on. Your grandchildren will ask you what you did to act to prevent this from happening again, to make sure that the foundational elements of our democracy were rock solid. This is not a partisan issue. This is an American issue. If the goal was to achieve peace and safety, this is doing exactly the opposite. If the goal was to achieve calm and prosperity, this is doing exactly the opposite. So to President Trump, this is a moment to act like a leader. Put me.
And he won't. But so this is, again, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Messiah, but to the men, the elders, and the apostles of the GMS, because there are no Christians. There are no other Israelite groups that are teaching that Isaiah 19 is specifically speaking about America. GMS is the only group that teaches that, man. They're the only group I've heard teach that, and I'm giving them credit because I'm not a member. I'm not an official member of GMS, but I follow them and I do assemble with them at camp. They're the only guys I've learned this from. And these videos,
hey, so that was
everything that's happening and the way that people are beginning to responding. It's proving two things. Look, you're going to see the slander that they're going to start doing to this guy too. Watch, there's videos coming up on it, and that's also going to add fuel to the fire. Listen, I want to point out again Isaiah chapter 19. And then I want to go into Revelation chapter 2 and 10 and dissect what it says about the accuser of the brethren. And go back to Proverbs 26, 28, that there are 7 abominations in his heart, because you have to have that set up inside of you in order to be the type of liar, the type of accuser, the type of abominable speaker that the so-called white man is. And we're now seeing him do it to his own people. He's always doing it to his own people, but we're seeing him do it to his own people again.
this murder. That's all that was. In broad daylight. With witnesses. And they're going to get away with it too. And there's no help coming. No one's coming to save us. And all you 2A bootlickers are going to just fucking fall back in line and just accept whatever narrative this fucking administration is going to feed you. Because it was never about preserving constitutional rights. It was about ensuring that your rights got protected while systematically depriving those same rights from the people that you don't like. So you can go fuck yourself. And this blood is on your hands too.
An individual approached U.S.
So look at this. So now we're going to get the, I'm going to let this play. This is showing you that it's a script, but this is accusations. This is now what they're saying about this Edomite dude who was a nurse.
Border Patrol
US
officers
Border Patrol agents
with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Semi-automatic handgun.
The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead
at the scene.
The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
So what is this going into? This is going into them abusing, them being the accuser of the brethren. We can also prove that this is wrong through the technology that we have with the unicorn here on TikTok, YouTube, like I'm doing this video, and many other brothers will be doing videos on this. This also goes into the family of the word. Why? Because they have to stop this. They have to get control of the narrative again. They have to, and prophecy says two things. What? A man shall desire to go into a city and not be able to. That's constriction of movement. And in Amos, the famine of the word covenant. What is that? That's constriction or confinement of speech. Prophecy says constriction or prevention of movement and prevention of speech is in the near future. Why? Because they have to get control of the narrative again to then lie, to be able to accuse. Now look, I'm going to come back to this, but we're going to so as the judge of the people himself is, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such as are they that dwell in. Let's go to Revelations 2. We got to break this down. Revelations 2:10. Revelations 2:10. Look at this, man. This is culminating. I think I'm saying it right. It's when you knowingly accuse someone of something they didn't do. Revelations 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Renaissance, Western, white people, Edomite Christianity teaches that this devil is talking about the prince demon Satan. No, this is talking about the so-called white man, and we're going to prove it to you right now. The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Now, this commandment, this directive is spoken to the elect of the Israelites. But we're going to use what Esau is doing to his own people, because this is a part of prophecy that people have to see it. People don't listen until it happens to themselves. But we're going to show you 2:10, Revelations 2:10, pulling it up. It's got the interlinear here. We're going to pull up the definition, the Greek word for devil. All right, so look, devil. Diabolos.
Strong's G1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Now we're going to go down. Prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely, a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer, metaphor, applied to a man. Applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of power, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. Calumniator. Let's get that in the etymon. Calumniator. Let me see. Oops, I'm spelling it wrong. Calumniator. One who falsely and knowingly accuses another of anything disgraceful or maliciously propagates false reports. To accuse falsely. This is what the so-called white man does. They have mastered this shit, you guys, in their media. Why? Because the scriptures tell you when he speaks fairly, do not believe him, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. He is this specific DNA strand of people. This specific race of people can lie unlike no other race of people on the earth. You do not see people of color, Chinese people, Moabite. You don't see them getting on TV doing shit like this unless they are a Babylonianized, Americanized person of color that is on Esau's team. Then they've been educated and trained in those left-handed ways. You don't see the other nations doing this type of shit, you guys. This is talking about the so-called fucking white man. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Okay, you have to understand, he is the devil, he is the accuser, he's the calumniator. All right, how do you fucking, let me just see something real quick. Calumniator. I want to, how you fucking...
A calumniator maliciously spreads false reports to damage someone's reputation. It's It's a formal term, like slanderer or defamer, for someone who makes false accusations. The word comes from Latin, meaning to accuse falsely, and is used when someone knowingly makes malicious claims.
A calumniator. That's how you say it. That's what I wanted to know. All right, so it's a calumniator. Okay, and that's what Esau is. That is what the fucking so-called white man is.
We're bringing them in.
Now let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, now this is what you see. This is what you see in action, right?
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol.
This is calumniation. And they're masters at it, bro. You have two educated, well-to-do Edomite people, and what are they doing? They are willfully and knowingly reading a script to make this guy look bad, and they're not going to bat an eye. They don't give a fuck, and this is somebody from their own race of people. They do it all the time concerning us, but they will do it to their fucking people too, and they do it to their own fucking people too. And now this is what's going to freak out all the Edomites on the bottom, because like, oh, it was okay when they were doing it to us, but now they're doing it to them too. This is Isaiah 19, you guys. This is Amos. This is the famine of the word. This is martial law. They're going to have to do all that shit to get control over this shit, man.
Officers with a 9mm.
And the only men who taught this, the only men who teach the scriptures the correct way are the men of GMS, the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone. Everyone else is not doing this. They're not teaching this way. Christianity's not doing this. The news is not doing this. Even all the people on TikTok that we have to get all their videos and bring them together, and then we add the correct interpretation of prophecy to what they're saying. The only people that are teaching the scriptures this way are the men of GMS, you guys.
Semi-automatic handgun.
The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
They are masters at this shit, man. They have been doing this since they've been in power, since they had the press, which was the newspaper, the radio, which were the airwaves, and then with the media. The same fucking race of people telling you there's the same versions of lies about everything and everyone and themselves. And now you have a nation in the world in gross darkness, and now it's all falling apart because prophecy is exposing these motherfuckers.
You want to know what happened before, what the man was doing before? Cool. There he is. He's in the brown. Okay? See that car over there, the dark one? He's waving for them to go. Watch. You'll see it in a second. We're going to do the whole thing. There he is, right there. See, he's waving for them to go, but he's telling someone else to stop. That white car in the corner has someone in it. ICE agents are talking to her. There she is. ICE agent shoves her. He tries to defend her and gets a face full of mace for it. He's grabbing onto whatever he can because he can't see. They start fighting him for defending a woman. They take him to the ground. They drag her off. And then you wait. You wait. Watch that guy right there. Watch him. Draw. Fire. Point blank. Then they all back up and they all start firing. There you go. There's your play-by-play. You wanted to know what he had done beforehand. You wanted to know what he had done to make him deserve being shot point blank. He defended a woman. He defended a woman.
Quit referring to these people as law enforcement. They are not law enforcement. You have the most powerful people in the federal government spinning stories and putting up pictures.
And this is the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz.
And unrelated people who we don't know anything about, and a picture of a firearm to try and spin a narrative. I ask
Americans, this will end when enough Americans say this will end. Do I have any confidence Donald Trump will do the right thing? No, I don't have a lot of confidence Donald Trump will do the right thing. I do have a lot of confidence that the majority of the American people will do the right thing. And I think there cannot be very many people across this country looking right now, after all the reporting that's been done, after everything that's been said, under the pretense that they are here about immigration reform, and quit referring to these people as law enforcement. They are not law enforcement. We have law enforcement who do an incredible job. And to listen to Greg Bovino denigrate the work of our people who are out there cleaning up their mess, no, I don't have a lot of confidence that he himself will do it. But here's what I do have confidence in. There's a whole lot of Republicans, for whatever reason, cannot find their spine. But they might find the ability to know that they're not going to win another election as long as they live.
And that's not the fucking, and that's the fucking, to hear people still talking about voting. That's when the scriptures say what prophecy says is going to happen. America's going to fucking collapse. There's no voting, man.
Watch closely, because this is who Alex Preddy was.
March 30th, 1947.
So remember the culmination, right? And again, we're not exalting this guy above what he is, but we want to be honest. We want to show you what he was, and we want to show you how his own fucking race of people, his own rulership, when push came to shove, how they did this motherfucker. And what do the scriptures say? He who is evil to himself, how can he be good to another? That's an Ecclesiasticus, man.
December 10th, 2024. Today we remember that freedom is not free. We have to work at it, nurture it, protect it, and even sacrifice for it. May we never forget and always remember our brothers and sisters who have served, so that we may enjoy the gift of freedom. So in this moment, we remember and give thanks for their dedication and selfless service to our nation in the cause of our freedom. In this solemn hour, we render them our honor and our gratitude.
That was Alex Preddy working as an ICU nurse at the VA, reading someone's father's final salute. That's who Alex was. He worked as an ICU nurse at the VA. And as we watch the attempted character assassination of Alex Preddy rolled out by the Trump administration, by Stephen Miller, by anyone else that's trying to uphold the institution of ICE, understand that's all that it is. It is an attempted character assassination of a man who is not only good, but somebody that people stand 10 toes down on for his character. I asked the person if I could use this video for this video, and they said, yes, please do not let them destroy his character. And I am absolutely no stranger to watching attempted character assassinations take place. As I am in Minneapolis, we watched the same thing happen with Philando Castile, George Floyd, Terrence Franklin, Amir Locke, and now Renee Good, and now Alex Preddy. And if we just take a moment to look at Alex Preddy in his final moments in the video that we all saw from multiple different angles, he was just looking out for his community.
Hey everybody, it's about 2:45 p.m. West Coast time on Saturday. ICE shot and killed another man.
I just reviewed the footage of the killing of Alex Preddy, and I'm going to show you the video, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. In this video, I want you to watch this guy right here, the guy in the gray, grabs Alex's gun out of his waistband right here. Did you see it? Did you see? I'm going to play it again, and I'm going to zoom in. Right there. Let's slow it down. Right here. That officer grabbed Alex Preddy's legal firearm, which I carry around a fucking firearm all the time. Grabbed it out of his waistband, and he accidentally discharged his firearm. And that freaked everybody else out, and they fucking murdered him. And how fucking dare this administration post this shit on X, saying that Alex approached him with a 9mm handgun and he violently resisted and he wanted to inflict maximum damage on these officers. This is shit that fucking Iran does. Do you understand?
That's Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. That's the culminating. That's the culminating of Esau. They're the only race of people that does this shit. They tell lies on people to justify why they're going to do something fucked up to you.
I am a licensed firearm owner, and how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you do this to your own citizens? And how dare you, MAGA, fucking support this shit? They fucked up and they murdered that kid. There are going to be charges. Kristi Noem and every single ICE officer is going to prison come the fucking midterms.
See, and everyone's and see, this is why they're gonna all be destroyed, because their only hope of any type of this is them trusting in their idols. Let's just go back to what do you say? The midterms? What the fuck is that gonna do? What is that going to do, dude? Hold on, let me go back to Isaiah 19. God damn, bro. This is so awesome to have the precepts. Look, the burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud that goes into your chariots, the UFOs, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. See, and everybody, and all the rest of us, we're looking at this, and we're no longer putting our trust in Esau or his system. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. That's what we're seeing happening. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to their fucking idols. What is this? The midterms. What the fuck are you talking about? You're going to vote? You're going to continue?
What's funny now?
You're going to continue to vote, dude? There's nothing to vote in. There's not going to be anything to fucking vote in. God damn these fucking people, bro.
I just reviewed the footage of the killing of Al, and he accidentally discharged his firearm. And that freaked everybody else out, and they fucking murdered him. And how fucking dare this administration post this shit on X, saying that Alex approached him with a 9mm handgun and he violently resisted and he wanted to inflict maximum damage on these officers. This is shit that fucking Iran does. Do you understand that? I am a licensed firearm owner, and how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you do this to your own citizens? And how dare you, MAGA, fucking support this shit? They fucked up and they murdered that kid. There are going to be charges. Kristi Noem and every single ICE officer is going to prison come the fucking midterms. And
there goes your trust in your idols. Because the only person who's going to save us from this is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Shem Shai, by Hashem Kodash, and double honor to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, of whom I learned from, man. I give thanks and praise to the men of GMS, because they're the only ones who teach this, bro. No one else is explaining it this way. This is Brother Radal. Shalom.